time to give the people what they want. It's Jalen and Jacoby.
He is Jalen Rose.
What up, though?
I'm David Jacoby.
And on the cool check-in.
Together, we are Jalen Jacoby on ESPN2. What do?
We get the people what they want.
Well, the people of Greensboro, North Carolina got what they wanted. This is head coach Wes Miller after a big win going into the locker room doing his thing. Yes. I'm now quitting this show to dedicate my life to being an unpaid volunteer at the University of North Carolina Greensboro men's basketball team. Jalen, how fired up does Wes Miller make you?
Extremely fired up. These are the things that post-career don't satisfy. The roar of the crowd is one thing, but pats on your back from your teammates, enthusiasm after a big play, a great quarter, a nice win. Oh, man, these moments go down in so many athletes' domain. It's probably some of the greatest memories of their lives. And I'm pretty sure those student athletes, you like that, call them student athletes, are actually getting a chance to experience that. It is terrific.
I love Wes Miller, and I predict that the North Carolina Greensboro will definitely win the NCAA tournament this year. Moving on, though, we had the biggest game of the NFL season this weekend, and it lived up to the hype. Big plays from big players, back and forth momentum swings, turnovers, long passes, runs. It had everything, and it came down to a final drive by the Steelers. And this play, tight end Jesse James catches the ball and then leans forward and fumbles it a bit as he crosses the goal line. Jalen Rose, do you think this catch from Jesse James was a catch?
I'm a Detroit Lions fan. The rules started to flip when Calvin Johnson was involved with two separate plays that were similar. Also, Dez Bryant in the playoff game versus
the Packers.
Oh, that was against the Packers. So, with that being said, I don't know why everyone is up in arms. Chris Carter, the Hall of Famer, said it best, and I agree. When I used to play pick 'em up, mess 'em up, street football, middle school football for the Beacons, and I showed up at the Silverdome, thought I was tough wearing dirty pants, but all I was doing was looking trifling. If you can't catch the football and give it to the official after the play, it's not a catch. I don't know why everybody's so upset. He caught the ball, his knee was down. You're not down until somebody touches you. His momentum had him hit the ground. At some point, he didn't have control of the football. No catch. I don't know why everybody got their underwear in a bunch about this. The rule is clear. The visual is clear. He did not make a touchdown on that play. Stop whining.
It didn't feel like a touchdown as we understand it based on the history that you referenced. It seemed like, as to the naked eye as a fan, sure, that's a catch, a touchdown, whatever. But we have this history that you mentioned, especially the Dez Bryant play. You have to control the ball through the ground. He did not do it. It was not a touchdown. However, when it gets ruled it's not a touchdown, you're like, you know what? I guess it's bad for Steelers fans, but great for football fans because now we're going to overtime. All they have to do is hit this chip shot field goal. We're going to go to overtime, and it's going to make this great game even better. But then what happened, Mr. Rose?
What did Russell Westbrook finally have to say, breaking his silence when Kevin Durant initially left Oklahoma City? That's cute, man.
That's cute.
That's cute. That's what the Steelers got caught up in, being too cute. A blue-collar organization. Mike Tomlin is one of my favorite coaches in any professional domain. I would probably run through a brick wall and try to hit somebody as hard as I can if he was my head coach. However, with your offense as explosive as it is, a two-time Super Bowl winning quarterback that's amongst the league leaders in yards, Antonio Bryant, who's amongst the league leaders in yards, receiving,
Brown,
touchdowns, all of the elite categories. Le'Veon Bell, who's a two-way force in the backfield. You have Juju. You have Martavius. And you trying to fool somebody on a whack play? Like, that was just a terrible decision. And the thing about Big Ben, I don't know if he's coming back next year, but man, he wasn't holding no punches. That wasn't on me.
Yeah,
that was not on me.
No. They told me I had to run a play. So I had one receiver. He had to get past four different defensive backs. And look, I had to throw it. Here's the thing, Ben. You could have just thrown the ball out of the back of the end zone. You know what I mean? You could have just thrown the ball into the ground. You could have done anything. You could have taken a sack. There's so many other things you could have done besides throwing that interception. But I love, you know how I always say, like, after something goes wrong, you have to look in the mirror first before you criticize other people. Ben Roethlisberger has no mirrors. He's like, that wasn't me. I didn't do it. Nothing to do with me, by the way. But there's also this bad news from that great game.
And he named names. He was like, oh yeah, I got that call from Todd.
That was Todd, yeah. Do you want his extension? You can call him up because I don't know if he's in his locker right now. So then we have this. Unfortunately, in the middle of that great game, we had a partially torn calf muscle from Antonio Brown. It certainly seemed like these Steelers and Patriots are a very good matchup, and this wouldn't be the last time we would see these teams go head-to-head. However, without MVP candidate Antonio Brown, seems like the rest of the AFC is a little bit weakened. Can anyone threaten the Patriots' return trip to the Super Bowl from this conference?
I think so, because certain teams aren't playing their best football at this current time of the year, in particular, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, we saw how they went down in defeat. And then you have an upstart like the Jacksonville Jaguars, who still have to prove themselves. And they had a terrific win over the weekend. The Patriots still have to be your favorite, especially when Gronk catches for a career high in yards like he did this past weekend. Oh, speaking of this past weekend, didn't on this program we said the Rams are going to beat the Seahawks?
Yes.
Didn't we say that the Carolina Panthers were going to beat the Carolina Panthers were going to beat the Green Bay Packers?
Yes.
And then Aaron Rodgers would now basically be benched the final couple of games because they're out of the race? Didn't that already get said as broken news on this program?
Yes. Mr. Rose.
Just saying.
There's an aware that the Carolina Panthers are aware of investigation, and investigators have revealed that at least 4 people that worked for the franchise received payments, sort of hush money, another way to put it, because of the misbehavior of Oni Jared Richardson. There's also a claim that he used a racial slur. And with all of this happening, he announced that he would then sell those Carolina Panthers. Well, shortly after that announcement was another announcement, but this one was from Diddy.
North Carolina Panthers are up for sale. I will be the best NFL owner that you can imagine. I will immediately address the Colin Kaepernick situation and put him in the running for next year's starting quarterback. It's just competition, baby. It's just competition. But also, I will have the best halftime show, the best selection of music, and we will win.
Okay, Jalen, Diddy made a case for himself to be the owner of the Carolina Panthers. What do you think?
I love Diddy. That's family. But I wrote down a couple of things that he acknowledged that he would do.
Okay, good.
First off, Diddy, we got to make sure Ciroc is now the official owner of the stadium that the team plays in.
Oh,
we got to get that done.
Ciroc Stadium has a nice ring. Nice ring.
Number 1 in Forbes. We got to get that done. Number 2, winning has to be first, not fourth.
What about the music? What about the music?
I don't know if the other 31 owners realize that you're going to want to bring Colin Kaepernick back in the league. And then number 2, Cam Newton definitely don't want to compete for a starting position.
Cam Newton's like, what?
He only won MVP the last couple of years, couple of years ago.
You see me play, right, Diddy? What are we bringing in a new quarterback for, Diddy? I love the halftimes, though. He's like, those
I
8
agree
halftimes.
with you about all of, no doubt. I agree with you about all of the entertainment, pregame, halftime, postgame. That's going to be fly. But again, it's good that he got this post out there. Hey, Diddy, holla at your boy. I want to be an investor.
Yeah, it seems like everybody wants to be in the ownership group now. Kaepernick's like, yeah, I want to be a quarterback. I also want to be part of ownership. Steph is for this. But you also notice how we call it the North Carolina Panthers? It's like, come on, Diddy, you got to know the team name before you put up a couple bill to buy them. You know what I mean? You got to know the team name. Come on, Diddy. They would have the best halftimes in the league, though, and the best music, whatever that means. Coming up next on Jalen and Jacoby.
And we get a Biggie statue in front of the building.
We'll finally get a Biggie statue. We'll finally get a Biggie statue. That's probably the only thing that I like about this proposal from Diddy. Coming up next, me, Jalen Method Man, keep it moving.
You can't give yourself a nickname. You can't buy your own statue.
Buy it?
I think it's egomaniacal.
It's what?
Egomaniacal.
I met him once. I'm trying to think of the real pronunciation. Egomaniac? Egomaniacal. You can tell they just said it into our ear because we said it at the same time.
It's egomaniacal.
we are the dumbest radio hosts.